Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Before I jump into this video, I would like to extend an invitation for you to join our Discord where we're close to 100 members. We talk boxing in there from sunup to sundown, and you'll find fans of Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney, all there chopping it up and talking boxing. And you'll find features there that you won't find anywhere else in the sport of boxing. So make sure you come and check us out. Information will be in the comment section and the description. Now, this was something that I wanted to dig into a little bit because I was quite surprised when I heard this and read this late last night. Apparently, Shakur Stevenson wasn't there for just Gervonta Davis this past weekend. He was also there scouting Rayo. So apparently, he had some interest in fighting Rayo. And now that Rayo has lost, apparently Shakur Stevenson now has interest in fighting Gary Antuanne Russell. Now that's interesting for me for a number of reasons, and I want to dive into two of those reasons. Number one, the game plan, the strategy of Shakur Stevenson, and then number two, how a fight like that might play out. So let's start off talking a little bit about what is the game plan for Shakur? What is the strategy? I am confused in terms of what Shakur Stevenson is trying to accomplish with his career. Now, apparently, he was interested in a multi-fight deal, and that was the reason why the Gervonta Davis fight never materialized. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I heard that back in August and actually told you all that they were they had already spoken and that the two sides um, could not come to a resolution in terms of what they were both looking for. I told you all that back a few months ago. But it's been discovered, and based off of what Jason told me, that Shakur must have only signed a two-fight deal because, if I'm not mistaken, maybe it was on Cigar Talk or something like that. But Jason mentioned this to me the other day. Apparently, his fight deal with Matchroom is up after his next fight. So that means you only signed for two fights. I don't understand then if you were only signing for two fights, why not just fight Gervonta Davis this year and then move on from that fight and sign your multi-fight deal. So that's a bit confusing to me, and it makes me wonder exactly how much he was actually pushing to make that fight right now. I do not believe, and let me state this, let me be very clear. I do not believe that Shakur Stevenson is afraid of Gervonta Davis or avoiding Gervonta Davis, but I do believe that he was trying to position himself to get one of those easy money bags over there from Turkey Al Sheet for fighting someone like William Zepeda or Jor Cordina or Josh Padley. My personal opinion, that's the reason why the fight hasn't materialized yet. But now you're talking about Gary Antuanne Russell and the potential to fight Gary Antuanne Russell. Now, we saw Gary Russell against Rayo this past weekend, and he looked absolutely fantastic. I don't know if Shakur Stevenson is on the radar of Gary Antuanne Russell. However, there is a reason why I would be highly, highly interested in seeing a fight like this. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Gary Russell was on, I believe it was Mill City. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Devin Haney that they would possibly target and be interested in fighting. You guys correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I don't quite recall who it was, but I think it was Devin Haney. So I don't believe that right now Shakur Stevenson is on their radar. But if Shakur Stevenson is truly serious about a fight against Gary Antuanne Russell, and has legit interest, which I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of doubtful because I think Shakur is someone who likes to go to social media and likes to proclaim that everybody is avoiding him and he wants to fight everybody. He wants all the smoke, but in reality, I think he wants specific fights right now. And that's okay. But I think that is truly what he's looking for right now. And shout out to Ray Jack for calling him out, basically saying that, you're saying that you are interested in a fight with Gary Antuanne Russell, but are you truly reaching out to his representatives to see if you all can come to terms or, start negotiations or conversations about the potential of making a fight? Um, if he's truly interested in making this fight, the fight would be very intriguing for several reasons, at least as far as I'm concerned. Number one, and this is just my personal opinion, I would like to see what Shakur Stevenson looks like when he's in the ring with someone that he can't simply reach from range and stay and use distance and his ability to gauge range to his advantage to win fights. Let's be honest. Most individuals that Shakur Stevenson has been in the ring with have been quite small, or at least considerably smaller than him. And Shakur is a master at gauging range. I take nothing away from him there. He is a master at using range to take advantage of his opponents. And I see that, and that was part of the reason why I always question what would happen when Devin Haney gets into the ring with someone that can reach him from range, where he just can't sit back and stay behind a jab, where that person can jab with him and also reach him with the same distance that Devin Haney reaches his opponents. I have similar questions with Shakur Stevenson because honestly, I don't see where Shakur catches and makes you pay, slips and make you pay. Shakur is a hit and not get hit at all costs type of fighter, which is different than hit and not get hit. Hit and not get hit at all costs is someone that doesn't punch if you're punching. You can still punch and avoid being hit while you're punching. That's part of how you knock opponents out. That's part of how you stun opponents. That's part of how you inflict damage. Gary Antuanne Russell is 5'10" with a 69-inch reach. Shakur Stevenson, I believe, is 5'8", somewhere around there with a 68-inch reach, which means Gary Antuanne Russell will be able to reach him from range. Gary is skilled. He's explosive. He can punch hard. That would be a great fight to gauge exactly how good Shakur Stevenson is. And if he's able to avoid the punches of Gary Antuanne Russell while also inflicting damage, like don't I have no questions that he can avoid punches from Gary Antuanne Russell. I have no questions whatsoever because he'll go into a defensive shell. What I do have questions about is can he avoid the punches while also inflicting damage? That's where I've always had questions with Shakur Stevenson. I would love to see that fight. And I would actually commend him for taking a fight like that. Absolutely, because that would truly show that he wants all the smoke. That would make him what, a three or four division world champion, if I'm not mistaken. It would make him at least a three division world champion. I believe also a four division world champion. But I would love to see Shakur Stevenson make that fight happen. That would be an amazing fight, one that I would definitely tune into. Um, and this isn't no hate or anything like that. I'm, I think Shakur is a very sharp fighter. But I think he used certain aspects of his game that make it appear that he's similar to Floyd, but in reality, I don't believe he is. This is just my opinion, and he can prove me wrong. But you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you believe that this would be a great fight to not only test the skills of Gary Antuanne Russell, but also to see where Shakur Stevenson is at this moment, if he is truly as great as he says he is? Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, L Sports Media, and I am